Hi, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about heaven. Heaven is a very popular term in religions, but religion doesn't explain what heaven really is. There are two types of people. The first kind who think that there is this heaven where you go when you die, and you meet God and angels and you party all the time. And then there are other people who think that it's all BS and that when you die you just go into this void. So there are people who have beliefs about this physical heaven, and then there are people who think that heaven is just a myth and that it's a stupid belief. So I thought I would explain what heaven really is, and then I would explain what happens after death. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss other videos that I'll be posting in the future. And without further ado, let's hop into this video. I want to make it clear as soon as possible. There is no place, heaven, where you're in the clouds and you party with angels and God. That's a myth. So, what is heaven then? Heaven is a place of eternal peace where suffering doesn't exist and you enjoy the God's creation. So, if heaven is a place, then this is it. Heaven is here on earth. This is the place. Heaven is a metaphor of a state of eternal peace. So, you can say really that heaven is a place because heaven is with you, it's in your mind. So if you found peace and eternal happiness, let's say, then you are in heaven because there is no suffering left and you enjoy being, wouldn't say life or experience, you enjoy being to the fullest. The only reason you need a place like heaven or some other state is because you don't realize the perfect nature of reality. You don't realize that the world is perfect. The world is heaven. This is it. This is what you're looking for. That's why um, there are spiritual teachers that say to call off the search because when you search for something better than perfect, you won't find it. The only place where suffering exists is in the separate self. So when the ego dies, or you can say when you die, because you identify yourself as this ego, then you do go to heaven because you reach, you realize your true nature and you realize the perfection of reality, and then there is no suffering left. There is only peace and joy and love. And you might say, like, but what happens when the body dies? Yeah, you're talking about this ego death, and okay, if if the ego really does die, maybe you will achieve this um, enjoyable state of joy and peace. But what happens when you really die, when the body dies? The body is just a form of consciousness. When the body dies, nothing happens to you because you're not the body. Like I said, the only reason you think you are your body is because of the ego. You are the universe. You are part of the universe. If you identify as the whole universe, then nothing happens to you. Experience will change. Experience is constantly changing, and the content is always changing, but your true nature is always the same. The consciousness in the background is always the same. So that's what immortality means. You can't die. You can just change experience. So, in a way, this is life after death. And in a way, there is no death. The only thing that can die is the illusion of an ego. But it's not the most optimal way to describe it, because ego is an illusion, so it can't die if it doesn't exist. It's very paradoxical. The point is to stop worrying about the future and about the heaven and whatever, because you neglect the God who is here. You neglect the heaven which is here. Imagine um, if you come to your imaginary heaven with angels and God and partying, and you're there like thinking, oh, maybe there's a place better than this. Oh, uh, I really hope that I get there someday. Someday, I really hope it exists. Like it's the same thing. Stop worrying about imaginary places. You're missing the real heaven. The only reason you don't notice the perfection of this world is because your ego distorts the reality. The ego tells tons of stories and imagines what people should be like, what Earth should be like, uh, and because the ego is not satisfied with this reality, of course, then it says it's not perfect, so therefore it's not heaven. So ego is basically its own problem. That's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and start enjoying this reality. Start enjoying the heaven you have, the gift you were handed. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.